Chapter 12, Question 12. A developmental psychologist is examining the development of language skills from age 2 to age 4. 3 different groups of children are obtained, 1 for each age, with n equals 18 children in each group. Each child is given a language skills assessment test. The resulting data were analyzed within ANOVA to test for mean differences between the age groups. The results of the ANOVA are presented in the following table. Fill in all missing values. So within the explanation, we have been told that K is 3, because there's 3 different groups, and N per group is 18, which means we can calculate big N, which is 3 times 18. So we've got 54 participants. With this information, we can complete the rest of our table. We could either do the degrees of freedom or the sum of squares. Let's start with the sum of squares. Sum of squares within equals sum of squares total, subtract sum of squares between. Because sum of squares total is sum of squares within plus sum of squares between. So it's 252, subtract 48. Which is 204. The degrees of freedom between is K minus 1. 3 groups minus 1, that's 2. Degrees of freedom total equals big N minus 1. Big N was 54. Minus 1, so that's 53. Make sure you put it in the right spot. And then degrees of freedom within equals degrees of freedom total minus degrees of freedom between. Mean square is equal to sum of squares divided by the degrees of freedom. So mean square between is 48 divided by 2, which is 24. Mean square within is equal to 204 divided by 51, which is 4. And then F is equal to mean square between divided by mean square within. So that's 24 divided by 4, which is 6.